Good evening. SuperHS is a water repellent powder that is going to disrupt a $2 billion industry. The best bit is derived from waste. I'm going to tell you tonight about how we're going to disrupt the concrete industry first. Whether you love it or hate it, concrete is here to stay. But what you probably didn't know is that it costs £2,000 per metre squared to repair concrete from water damage over the lifetime of the building. But it's not just old 1960s concrete buildings we're talking about here. Infrastructure of the future is going to be made from concrete because it's a versatile material, it's got great thermal mass, and architects love it. So with demand so high from concrete, how much is produced globally? Well, 25 billion tonnes. If you can't visualise that, it's a lot. Locally, in the UK, we conveniently produce 25 million tonnes of concrete, and you're probably thinking, how much of that is waterproofed already? Well, it's a staggering 0.2%, and there's two reasons for this. The first is history. Concrete has been around since the Romans. The first concrete building was the Roman times, but waterproof additives have only been around for the last 5 years. The second reason is cost. We spoke to the head of Gatwick Airport infrastructure who said they only protect concrete in extreme environments because it's so expensive to do so. They want a cheap, sustainable solution to protect more of their assets. So SuperHS are going to change this. And the reason is we're 3 times cheaper than our competitor product that's market leading, which means that you get more block for your buck. Often, with cost and performance, there's a trade-off. Not with SuperHS. We're 4 times better at keeping water out than our competitor product. What does that look like in real life? Well, you can see here our laboratory tests. You can see that we've kept more water out of the concrete block than the market-leading competitor who's absorbed more water. So who's going to buy our product? Well, architects want sustainable building materials because they have to comply with legislation such as BREEAM, which is an environmental assessment method which is also linked to planning permission. So if your building's not the most sustainable building it can be, you simply won't get the planning permission to go ahead. So channel partners, these are people who produce concrete already. Both people who produce concrete and waterproof concrete. We spoke to Sika, Pudlow, Setco and Zypex, who are all market leading in waterproof concrete, and they want to use our solution because it's cheaper and more sustainable and performs better. We also spoke to large end users, so people like Crossrail. They want to use SuperHS to protect their multi-billion-dollar investment. We spoke to Thames Tideway and South East Water. If you apply SuperHS to the inside of a concrete pipe, water flows quickly throughout. So here's where we are today. We're currently batch manufacturing SuperHS in laboratory conditions. The top line is our costs. The top line is our costs, which are high. The top is the volumes that we're producing. We need £30,000 worth of proof of concept funding to find out what our costs are going to be. Then we can decide which of the 2 business models we have is going to be most attractive. There's 2 options. We have a patent, so we can either license the IP or we can manufacture the product ourselves and sell it to those people. But we need to scale the production to get our costs lower and to produce the volumes that are required. The one thing that's holding us back is that these people who we're speaking to, the large industry users, they want to trial our product and test it to see what they can do, but we physically can't get it to them because we're restricted by our batch manufacturing process. But the proof of concept funding would change that. So the one thing that I want you to take away from our presentation today is that concrete is just concrete is the market that we're going to disrupt first, but there's lots of different opportunities. For example, corrosion. Corrosion costs 3% of GDP in America each year to protect against. We need to protect infrastructure of the future, and SuperHS is going to change that. So we're the team that are going to do it. Ronan Clancy loves SuperHS so much that he's currently in New York trying to sell it to our American partners. And Ronan works for Clancy Dockwra, so he's got great contacts within the construction industry. Harvard's a PhD student. She's been working relentlessly on SuperHS for the last 4 years to perfect the powder. And I'm Katie Minson. I currently work at Barclays in customer experience, so I know how to get to the heart of customer solutions and to solve them. So tonight, I want you to take this away. SuperHS, I lied to you. It's not super, it's awesome.